The man walked into a gun store, ready to buy a firearm to avenge his wife and daughter, but the clerk told him he needed to register with his real name and that there were security cameras recording everything. The man said he'd think about it. He didn't want to leave a paper trail. Luckily, his gun problem soon solved itself. One day, while Dr. Paul Kersey was working in the ER, treating a shooting victim, the man's gun slipped and fell. Paul didn't say a word, quietly kicked it under the bed, and once surgery was over, he slipped it into his waistband when no one was looking. Over the next few weeks, he learned how to use it by following online tutorials, mastering how to strip and reassemble it, and eventually becoming a decent shot. One night, on his way home, Paul saw a mugging. He shouted for them to stop, but one of the robbers shot at him. Paul hit the ground, returned fire, and killed the driver. The car crashed into a power pole, and as the second robber tried to escape, Paul shot him too, and then walked up and finished him off with one more shot. What Paul didn't know was that someone caught the whole thing on video. Soon the police arrived, but no one had gotten a good look at Paul's face, and the video only showed his back. There was no way to identify the shooter. The shooting caused a media storm. News outlets debated the morality of the vigilante. Some people even hailed him as a hero. Seeing that support gave Paul even more resolve to continue his one-man war on crime. By day, he saved lives as a doctor. By night, he hunted down criminals. One day, a badly injured man was brought into the ER. Paul noticed the man's watch. It was the very one stolen from his house the night his wife was murdered. That meant this man was connected to the killers. Paul stole the man's phone and found the address of a pawn shop in the photo gallery. He went there, realized the pawn shop owner was laundering stolen goods for the killers, and forced him at gunpoint to text them. When one of the killers arrived, Paul watched from the security cameras. As soon as the man pulled his gun, Paul threw a throwing star into the pawn shop owner's hand and held him at gunpoint until he gave up the gang's names. The killer stormed inside and shot the pawn shop owner in the head. Furious, he opened fire blindly, slipped on the blood, and fell. Paul grabbed a guitar and smashed it over his head. When the man tried to crawl away, Paul shot him in the leg, stepped on the wound, and forced him to talk. The man gave up more names, and then tried to attack again. Paul was thrown to the ground. The man pulled out a second gun, ready to finish Paul off, but then something unexpected happened.